You've been a good friend, and that's through the thick and thin, and I know it's never gonna end, 'cause you've been a good friend.
G'day folks, and welcome back to another episode of the Bush TV. In this one I continue the journey as I head out of Lees Creek to check out Mount Valencia. Mount Valencia sits at 1434 metres above sea level, and I'm up there looking for a high elevation camp. But things change as the wind is predicted to pick up for the night, so I had to find somewhere a little bit more sheltered. In episode 1 I headed into a perfect little camp on Freestone Creek. Absolutely amazing bush sounds of birds, river and that fire crackling. After a severe weather event, there's been quite a number of trees down, but that didn't stop the trip, nor did the rain that came in quite heavily in the day. I had to pull my finger out quite quick to set up because it was quite heavy, the rain. Once that cleared, I sat around a cracking fire and woke up to the birds in the morning. The trip so far is absolutely spectacular, and if you haven't seen episode 1, I highly recommend you check out the link in the description. Alright guys, so bright and early this morning, got woken up by nature's music. It was actually a caravan bird. It's a beautiful morning, there's no wind. The sun's coming up behind you, or behind me, right there. It's absolutely fantastic. So no rain, all night no rain, no wind. So we'll see how we go today. I'm going to head up to Mount Valencia and Keelan's Climb. So we've got Lees Creek track all the way through, so Keelan's Climb, McDonald's Spur track I think it's called, all the way to Castle Hill track. Then we will have a look at Mount Valencia. So that's the plan today. Going to pack up this stuff behind me. Just had a couple of brews, a little bit to eat. Last night was awesome, had a cracking fire, had a nice steak with a bit of salad. Wasn't too late, went to bed about 10:30, 11. Cracking night, cracking morning. What more can you ask for? Just check this out. Time to put that fire out and make the most of having the river right there. Generally it takes about 10 litres, but this fire was pretty hot. It took about 20 litres to put out. This one might take more than 10 litres. It's pretty hot after that big fire last night. That took about 20 litres, so anyways, I'll make sure the whole thing's completely out before we break camp. It's only the right thing to do. Now what? That's it guys, ready to hit the track. Someone's got a bit lucky, whoever comes here has got a bit of wood there to start, there's a bit of kindling. It's almost a night's worth of wood if you take it easy. Used all that wood, most of it, and left them some good wood, so let's hit the tracks. While the car warms up, I'm going to drop my tyres down to 20 today, so let it warm up a bit. 20 psi, let's go. Alright, went with 25 in the front and 20 in the back, so should be okay. We've got a bit of steep stuff today, we'll see how it goes. Tracks could be wet, could be hard, we'll soon find that out. Heading out of this camp spot, I'll tell you what, this one is definitely in my favourites list, and I'll definitely be back because there's a couple of other tracks around here that I have to explore. Lees Creek link track. Oh, I'm just going to check the GPS here. Pretty sure I'll just go up the Lees Creek track. Actually, have a look at it right here. I can see it. The link track. So by the way, I'll use a HX1. Yeah, we go up the link track. Well, no, we don't go up the link track. We go straight. So by the way, I'll use a Hammer HX1 and rooftop maps. That's what I'm running off. So that looks pretty good up there. Good little camp spot on the other side of the river as well. I just had a drive in, just have a look. Not as good as the one I was in, I don't reckon, but still alright. And it looked like there could have been another one further in, but I didn't check it out. We'll try and make up a bit of time. I don't think it's a hard day today, but you never know what you could come across up here, so it looks like it's a pretty good day. Today's Tuesday, okay, so Thursday, I don't think tonight, tomorrow or Thursday, they're forecasting snow at 1100 metres. I won't be up in high elevation. Might go for a drive, just got a bit of service here, so I'll check that out in a minute. We'll see what happens. It could be a wet trip, like yesterday was pretty wet, so yeah, we'll just see how we go with it. I enjoy every part of it, regardless whether it's wet or hot or snow or whatever. Like, this is what I do. I enjoy it. So yeah, that's all part of the fun. Beautiful country, and I hope you guys are enjoying the video. So if that's the case, give me a thumbs up, guys, and yeah, let's go from here. Appreciate you all. Cheers. There's approximately 10 river crossings along Freestone Creek on the Lees Creek track. Now, depending on weather, I'll do your research before you want to do this trip, because I'm tipping after a heavy downpour. These rivers can rise quite rapidly, no doubt drop rapidly as well, but if you don't want to take the risk, then don't cross them. I can imagine this, I think it's still Freestone Creek. This one's dry that I'm going through right now. That was a bit of a, that's the shackle on the back. This could be pretty deep in a, like a weather event. It'd be interesting. Now at the intersection of Keelan's Climb and Lees Creek track. There's another track that goes to my left down there. That one. So track to my left just here is Lees Creek track, so that continues to go that way. So I would probably love to do that one day actually, but this one is Keelan's Climb, so I'm going to get up here. Not sure what it's like. On the rooftop it says it's steep in sections, sitting at about 259 meters above sea level right now, so we'll see what it climbs to the top. What have we got now? We got, let's say 213 on the clock. We'll see how short a distance and how high I get. So let's hit the tracks. Let's go. Sure you guys have heard this before, but the camera doesn't do justice for how steep the track is. Nice little climb that. What are we now? 446 metres above. Didn't take that long. I've done, I'd say, well it says 214, so I doubt that was a kilometre. My little tiny odometer thing is broke. I only got the big one. Anyways, probably like 700 metres or something like that. 500 metres up there. It's climbed a little bit in 500 metres. It's an interesting track. It'd be good in the wet. Keelan's Climb, spelt many ways. On the HX1, spelt with double L. On rooftop maps, 1L. On Google Maps, double L. The track starts off at 259 metres and ends up at a helipad at 590 metres. Climbs at about 1.5 kilometres to the helipad, then climbs to around about 750 metres at the track junction at McDonald's Gap track. Like I said earlier, wouldn't be too bad a track in the wet, but the actual track condition this time of year is pretty good. Little tip, this is actually a bypass for Billy Goat's Bluff track. So if you're not interested in doing Billy Goat's Bluff to the Moroka Road, this is one of the bypasses that you can do. And this one, not a bad one. Pretty easy in this type of condition. Okay guys, just stopped for a little break there, had something to drink, bit of a toilet stop. Just like to give someone a bit of a shout out, a couple of people there. So I'd like to give Ricky, Enon, Cal, Lenny and Jane a shout out guys, thanks for watching. Just coming up to the top of McDonald's Gap track. 1200 metres, tiniest little bit of snow on the side of the track just back there, nothing major. This is 1200, so we're coming up. There's a tiny bit out there right now. You just see it. To Castle Hill track, just up here. We're actually not that far from my destination, so this track is pretty good. Like a couple of steep bits, a couple of sections I was in second low, no locker. There's a bit of snow here. Yeah, no locker, just dedicated in second low, so yeah, nothing major. Most of it was sort of third low. So Mount Valencia is a little bit higher than this. We're up about 1380 at Mount Valencia. where the camp spot is. Also seasonally open all year round, which is an absolute bonus up here. So this is an alternative route. If you don't want to do billy goats and you want to get up to the Moroka Road, even to the Pinnacle, this is it. So you can come a couple of different ways. This is the way I've come, so anyways, yeah. Rather than go up billy goats, this is it. So brings you out on the Moroka Road and you can do what you want from there. You can go up to the High Plains, or you can head back down to Licola, do butcher country. There's heaps of things you can do. Yeah, the other day, yesterday it probably snowed a little bit. I'm saying the other day it was real cold snap up here. September, that was a bit rough. September, so cold snap, I'd say coldest September in 20 years apparently. So yeah, it shows. And this is Castle Hill track now. Get up here and stop and have a look around at the camp spots. There's 3 camp spots that I think there is. We're going to check it out. So bit of a bog hole. Get some good wood tonight and get a good fire going. So this is one of 3 spots that I went to look at up on Mount Valencia. Now the first spot, I couldn't find it, but it ended up being 3 spots that I did find, but this one seemed to be the best one, but just a little bit too exposed, and for that night, the wind did come in, so I was lucky I didn't camp there. Might have ended up in Tasmania, or who knows where, if that wind had blown me off that cliff. Okay, so I just took the drone up. So this went up about, I don't know how high, a couple 100 meters, you can still see it. Looked over towards the Pinnacle Way and I can see the 2 spots. So this is one spot, I think there's 2 more. So let's go and have a look at this. If it's too exposed up here, I won't camp here, I'll camp somewhere else. I mean, it is exposed, but if it's, at the moment it seems okay. Wind gusts, it says it's around 30 to 40 k's today, so we'll see what happens. I'll get up there, it's early enough in the day now. I'll get up there, I'll make a couple of phone calls, make a bit of lunch, play it by ear, and we'll see what happens. So let's go. Pushed on out of the first spot to have a look for the second spot. That wasn't too hard to find, as I did spot that on the drone. Again, a little bit exposed, and I was a bit worried about the wind that night, as the weather was going to come in. And you'll see that later on in the video. So I pushed on out of the second spot, couldn't find the third spot, but then decided I'll head up to that little spot just under the Pinnacle and have a bit to lunch. Alright, so I don't think there is a third spot. Well, what have we got here? Interesting, wasn't it? Righto, so it's the Moroka Road. That's where we're at. Moroka Road, Castle Hill track. Couldn't find the third spot. Bit of a bog hole back there, looks pretty good. So we'll go up and have a look at this spot up here. I did a high elevation camp on a few years ago. Let's go and suss it out. I mean, I could do it again. I'm tempted. I wanted to do a high elevation, so yeah, this goes to the Pinnacle. This is where this is. Yeah, let's go suss it out. Right, so I'm at that spot where I camped a couple of years ago. It's very, very exposed here. The wind comes in both ways. So it comes in, as you can hear it already, it blows in from the southwest here. And that's pretty much, it's coming in, it seems like a westerly at the moment, not a southwesterly, so it's not that cold, but it gets very, very exposed. I was here, I almost got blown off the mountain. The last time I camped here was 2022, It was an absolutely perfect day. I'd come back from Melbourne and headed up for a high elevation. Caught an absolute stunning star time lapse, and the next morning was even better until the wind came in and nearly blew me off the mountain before I went down to Billy Goats. So let's go, Billy Goats Bluff in the rain. Alright guys, so I went and checked out Horse Yard Flat, just to camp there for the night because it's too windy at the top. It's absolutely packed with people, which is really surprising for a Tuesday. I went up Maroka River Track. There's another little spot up there that I know of. It's a bit gnarly getting in, so there's quite a lot of bog holes and things. I had no issue with it, just crawled it in second. No one's there, but the river access is very poor on the Maroka River. Now I've just come here, just crossed the bridge on the other side of the Maroka River on the Maroka Road, and this spot's on the other side. So I almost made a decision to push on down to my secret little spot, but then thought, well, you know what, it's now about 1:30, I think it is. I need to stop for the day. I've had enough. I'm a bit tired, so I just thought this spot where I am right now would be as good as any, just for tonight. Then tomorrow I can push on. This spot here seems pretty good, exactly where we are right now. As you can see behind me, it's not too bad. So all I have to do is get a bit of firewood. I've had my lunch, I've had a couple of hot dogs up there. Right now I need a break. The river's down there, she's going pretty good, it's quite deep. I might get the spinning rod out and have a bit of a crack at that too later on. Right now it's a break time, so that means frothy time for me. Yeah, I'll have that and then I'll go off and I'll get some firewood and we'll set up here. So. Well guys, it's a hard earned one this, I tell you. Look, I didn't get a whole lot of wood, there's a bit there. I'm only here for one night, so all I'm going to do is get that going, which I'm going to do in a minute. Have this, and I might have this first actually, because I think I deserve it. So yeah, it's a cracking day still. Time's getting a little bit away from me, but anyway. Yeah, I've got here, I got a bit slack, had a beer or two, and the firewood was just up there, so I was pretty lucky about that. So anyway, I'm going to have this and then we'll get the fire going and we'll start setting up the camp. Sounds like a plan. Cheers. Who wants a headache in the morning? Not from the frothies. Always make sure your head's up, I tell you. sometimes I can't work it out. It takes me a bit. Might have to have a couple of beers to work it out. I'm joking. Well, there's a bit of bush tucker. It's probably seen better days. He's not chopped. Should throw it on the line and throw it in the river. You know what? I might just do that. Wonder if they'll take it. Let's have a crack. A little bit of pot luck, but I'm going to throw it on the. I am going to put him on the fly rod. Just see what happens. I'm not going to fly fish with it, it's too heavy. The Maroka River, it's pretty deep. I'm just going to throw it in. And just leave it there and see what happens. Like, you never know, right? It's a nice dinner, nice little eye fillet on the fire, bit of salad, salt and pepper, nice and easy, I'm done. Tomorrow we cook a roast in the camp oven. I'm looking forward to that actually. It's a little mini lamb. So I've got the pumpkins, potatoes and all that sort of stuff. I've also got a stir fry to cook, so I might actually cook the stir fry first because it's chicken and I've sort of got to get rid of that. So we might do the roast the second night. So it'll still be good. We're going to do, so we do a stir fry, we do a damper, and then we'll do a roast. Tonight, a little bit of steak, a little bit of salad, easy meal. Kick back here in the high country, you're going to love it. A little bit of salt and pepper. Nothing major, it's nice and simple. A bit of eye fillet, a bit of salad, salt and pepper, not even any dead horse. I reckon it's good enough to eat the way it is because it's medium rare. It's a beautiful piece of steak. There's my dinner, done. A little bit overcooked, but still pretty good. Have this, crank this fire up, a couple of froths. See you in the morning. Thanks for watching the Bush TV. Cheers. It's like one extreme to the next up here, seriously. Yesterday, well this time yesterday, it was raining full on. Now we're up, it's clear skies, there's no wind. There's a tiny bit of a breeze, but it's nothing major. If I'd camped up the top there, it's meant to be gusts to 50 k's an hour, so that's why I've come down here. I don't mind it in this type of country as well. It's nice little snow gum country. It's quite cool now. Last night got down to about 5 degrees. I think it's getting down about 6 at the moment. So, but different humidity. My billy's just boiled on the fire there. That's my sign that we're going to crank up that fire. because that's done now. So we're finished with the fire. It's time to put the wood on, crank it up, sit back, relax, have a couple of frothies, do those dishes, and enjoy the bush TV. If you like this type of content, guys, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up and tell me why you like this type of content. Tell me why you like the bush TV. Do you like this type of country? Do you like it in the valley? Do you like the rivers, high elevation? What do you like? Let me know. I'm interested. Cheers. Also, guys, share it around on your socials. It's nice to see some overseas visitors in the channel. Well guys, that brings this one to an end. The morning was pretty windy. I woke up at 3:30 in the morning to roll up that awning that was blowing around. So stay tuned for episode 3 when we go and check out Moroka Hut and I head to my secret little spot where the game changes. Once again guys, if you like this type of content, I appreciate the thumbs up and the comments. A big shout out goes out to all my members, subscribers and supporters. Again, thanks for watching, stay safe and stay tuned for the next one.